Oh, no, that's not supposed to go there. There we go. Ta-da! Auto find and activate. We'll select live sources, dipshit. There we go. Activate selected. Ugh. Okay. I need to turn on TikTok now. Oh, no, that's already live. And in theory, this should just work, right? So like just boop, boop, and this will show up on here. TikTok. Hi. Okay, I need to fix TikTok. Hold on. You good? There we go. Ta-da! Okay, it works now. Hello, Slayer. How you doing? There. Give me that over a bit, and we are we are good to go for now. Anyways, I like Shipbreaker. It's a very chill game, and you can just relax and like do whatever, and it's fine. And that's generally what I try to do. Rare. Cutter's Race? That's interesting. You're doing better now? Well, that's good. So last time, I accidentally blew up a ship a lot of times. Not, not realizing it was a training exercise that goes into a regular ship, so...
Hello, Shipbreaker. Overnight genetic backup complete. Pattern deviation nominal. Have a good day.
Continue. Close. So this it's called Hard Space Shipbreaker. It's literally what it says on the tin. You just like hold on. You just disassemble ships. You start off from small single single or small crew carrier that could be like handled by a single person, and you work your way up to like freighters, I think, or something, like some pretty big ships. Hello. Oh, thanks for following. I appreciate that. What I am here to do is to increase cutting range and see what else I can upgrade, because I don't think there's much right now. Oh, I can do this one. Okay, and then I'm pretty much out of points. It's a very relaxing game. You can play it with no time limit. You can play it with some time limit, and you can play it with lives, and you can play it with just a life. It's a pretty chill time. These kind of games are on Xbox. I think this one is on console. Hold on, let me check. I think Shipbreaker had a console release. Yeah, it's on PlayStation 5, Microsoft Windows, GeForce Now, Series X, and Series S. I don't know if it's on the current one. I don't know how the Xbox sort of thing works, but it's on Series X and Series S. I don't know if that's the current thing or not. I don't remember. But yeah, no, it's on there. It's a really good game. It's not the cheapest thing in the world though, is kind of the downside. It does go on sale though, and like decent sales. Like it's $47 Canadian right now on Steam. Wait for a sale, which we're coming up on Christmas. It is on Game Pass. I personally don't support Game Pass, but I do think this is a game that's worth buying. It should go on sale around Christmas. It usually does go on sale. Thankfully, I had a friend who had a key, so I got it for free this time, but yeah. Anyway, we are starting training on a nuclear reactor that last time I thought it was just a training mission, so it didn't matter, so I just blew shit up a lot and fucked up a lot. Unfortunately, I'm actually supposed to do it and then just proceed like it's a regular thing. So, nope, no fuck ups.
I remember my first reactor, Cole. I was shaking like a leaf. You got less on the
Oh, hold on. I need to check something.
line now, but still. Let's
Oh no, it's on there. Okay. But yeah, I do support buying it 100% if you like relaxing games where you just
try to
chill.
do this.
The ships do get more hazardous, and there are like things that can go wrong.
Towards the aft, but there are lots of different configurations out in the wild. Okay, we're only focused on one thing right now. Pull the reactor and get it on the barge. As soon as you disconnect the reactor from this ship, it'll start to melt down. So act fast and make sure you have an exit strategy ahead of time.
Oh yeah, you eventually unlock things called tethers that'll pull shit for you. It is so nice. At the moment, I'm just dismantling this thing because I'm gonna have to do it anyways, and I'd really rather avoid the reactor if I can help it.
Applying credit.
You get a bunch of tools, and there is a story too. Not the greatest story, mind you, but there is a story. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There is a story. It's cool, simple.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Game Pass is actually how I found out about this in the first place.
Salvage secured.
There's eventually it gets to the point where there's electrical systems, gas systems, and like all sorts of stuff you have to watch out for. Okay, let's do something a little fun here. So if I if I do this, and then I do this. In theory, if I just do a wee bit of cutting, I don't know what your name is supposed to be, person, but I keep saying something filtration. Tekka has. What are you trying to say? I mean, I'm also live on YouTube as well. If you want to talk over there. There we go.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Yeah, TikTok can be how should I say, Chinese with its
Salvage deposit secured.
filters. Which, if you don't know what I mean by that, any mobile game or game that I've ever played that has an online component related to China, it's like a gamble. As for whether or not you're going to be able to say what you want to say. There was a cultivator game I tried with some people, and it was fun way back before it got more popular it is now. But it we couldn't even like say half the words in English because I don't know. It was stupid. I see on YouTube. You wanna know the real funny thing is I could fuck this up and then all this effort goes to waste. Oh, wrong spot, I forgot. Not everything goes down there. Oh, hold on. I might be able to fix this. Hold on. Oh, I can't pull it out. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I said, do games make less when they put on Game Pass? It's not, well, kind of. The thing about Game Pass is that I believe they get like a lump sum and they might get money per play or something like that. But the problem with Game Pass is fundamentally, as far as I'm aware, it does not make money for game developers. Not the real money they should be getting. Because there's a large amount of people that's like, oh, I could just get it on Game Pass. I can just use this monthly subscription service. You know, I could pay $5, $10, or whatever it is for it, and or $1, because I know that it goes on sale for that all the time to get a month, have $1, and you can have a full access to their catalog. And then you've got people who play the game and then don't need to buy it after because they've played all the content. You know, whenever I see new games go on Game Pass, I'm like, yeah, that's awesome, but like, I like, it's cool that it makes games available, but it also, I don't think, does a whole lot for developers themselves personally, and it kind of leans into this thing where eventually that's all people are going to want to do. Oh, you know, just wait till it's on a Game Pass, wait till it's on this or that. The next thing you know, everything that we and then it kind of ends up becoming a requirement that you get this thing on Game Pass and whatever. And then services like NVIDIA Now or NVIDIA Shadow or whatever it's called, and other cloud computing services like that, disregarding the insane amount of bandwidth they use. For the same reason, it's just actually the data cap thing is kind of is kind of the point for that one. But also it's nasty. You also don't really own anything or have any particular privacy. And I personally do not support that. Thankfully, the barge, unlike these things, lets you fucking fix your mistakes.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Oh, shit. Now I am... So yeah, that's just my personal feelings on the matter.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Things also leave Game Pass. Also, do you think it's the devs playing their game out, or so? It's most likely a contractual expiry. They can only host so much on there for that. There's times where it just becomes like not profitable. Smaller games, like really small games, might be fine, but a lot of the bigger ones that don't, just yeah. Or in cases where Microsoft owns them in their own properties, I think a lot of it is getting you to kind of buy DLC or stuff like that. Like you can get Halo Wars, but you can't Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2, but you can't get the DLC with the Flood, for example, for Halo Wars 2. Okay, I didn't fuck anything up. all my fuck ups have been forgiven. So yeah. At least back when I fucked around in Game Pass, I didn't see things leave it that often. It buys a lot of games on Game Pass, so it's like 50%. Yeah. It just subscription models for game services, just I do not feel that going the right way. From a standpoint in the community.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
What I kind of, because I don't remember if Uplay does it. I think they kind of do, but unless you're Microsoft, that kind of subscription model doesn't make sense either. And even then, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I remember that got really fucking expensive. And it pissed a lot of people off to the point they lost a lot of subscriptions. Back when I did it, I usually only did it when it was like $1 a month. And it was just deals, and I'd run out, and it's like, hey, you get another $1. It's like, okay, cool, and do another $1 one, and and do that. And you know, that's how I did it for 3 or 4 months. And it was like, oh, you need to pay like $14 here, or $18 for the Pro edition that lets you crossplay and shit. And I ended up being like, I don't care for it that much. And it's like $1, then $5 and $10. Now it's like for like the base version or the Pro version or whatever it was that lets you like carry saves across and shit. Like in concept, that's cool, but that's also really fucking greedy now. Anyways, but yeah, no, Microsoft has the capital to do that and start off small. For the Pro, for me, it's $24. Wow, Jesus Christ. So what I'm gonna kind of call the exception to this rule, so to speak, when it comes to that, is that when they have EA as a publisher, as much as I do not like EA as a company for a few reasons, mostly they're absolutely terrible fucking software, is that you can have an EA subscription and then just pull your shit off Steam, and yeah, that too. You can essentially just run that through Steam, and it's a very small catalog, and it's mostly things they sponsor themselves, or in games that have come out a long time ago. Because they don't have very many new things. And The Sims, don't get me started. Oh yeah, well The Sims, it's always been that way ever since the inception of The Sims. But them killing the company that made Sims, it's a whole thing. Anyways, you get the idea. I'm just not a fan. What am I doing now? I feel like this is different from the last time I was here. Barge. So technically I have unlimited time, so yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that, and I don't think it's really sustainable, especially when you're pushing when you start getting game developers to think that, oh, it's a good idea for us to do this, and then, well, everybody tries to get on that train. And once we have a second one that's like Microsoft, well, that's just gonna be terrible. And for people to say, well, competition's good, it's like, yeah, and then they start eating everything up, and that turns out to be the only way people want to get games. They ruined the game purposely so people would buy the fourth one. It was a whole thing. I remember when Sims 4 released. NPC would get mad all the time. Oh, that's fucking stupid. So Sims 3 for me is funny. It's like the one game I've played very little of, and I will like occasionally buy DLC when I'm bored, and like I just have like a spare like $5 or $10, so I'm like, sure, whatever. I've got like 6 or 7 DLCs that way. And I haven't really wanted to go to Sims 4 because I really don't want to have to just rebuy that shit again. And I had a hardcore Sims player, which, yes, be like, oh no, it's fine. You know, they probably by this point, Sims 4 is like, what, 7-something years old now? Maybe older? Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, right. We're like, no, it's fine. You know, they'll just do that in DLC. And I'm like, so you bought all the DLC for the other game. And then not only do they release Sims 4, but they release it with less shit than the base game of the third game. And you want to support this. And it's like, yeah, no, I bought it on release. And it's like, but why? Like, I get you like Sims. You have all the DLC for every Sims that's ever come out, on most of them on disc. But you're saying you want to support them releasing an incredibly unfinished game from my standpoint, and then have even less than 3. Because if I remember correctly, one of the big things about 4 at the start was it didn't even have pools. And they had to add it in like an update later, which is fucking stupid. Something that's been like in the fundamental base game of all the Sims till then. No. I'm not game with that. I'm sorry.
Alright. This one's pretty easy.
Oh, this will be easy.
Slide out of her coolant casing with a good yank from your grapple. Try to have your extraction fully planned out before disconnecting it from the ship.
On consoles, you can only choose 2 houses, and on non-consoles, you can only choose 2 houses. It seems where I didn't have much more. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I'm just. I don't support that, and I don't really have an interest. Do I have Sims 4 on my shit? Probably, because it was free at some point. But I'm not really going to support that that subscription model. I'm not here for that. So. Yeah, that's really my personal viewpoint on that matter. Okay, so the thing with this that we now have to do is we have to get this as low as it'll let us. Okay. Now, I need to pull out the reactor. Have I played the new Genshin Quest? No, I have not. I haven't touched Genshin in almost a month. I burned out on it really, really fucking hard. And I've barely touched the games. I've logged in maybe once since sorry, I've logged in maybe once since the since I guess I just kind of stopped.
You're certainly picking this stuff up faster than I did back in the day. Okay.
Basic, remember when I said I need like a 2-week something break because I'm all fucked up?
Till then, remember
And that extended into like almost 3.
twice.
I haven't played since then.
Feathers are your friends. Good luck out there.
The new Quest and Notcry revived the game in my opinion. I've seen clips of Alice being just doting on her daughter. I haven't I haven't seen much else though. Yeah. I know that Alice is psychotic, of which I love her for. But again, like I said, I don't know a whole lot else about the update. I've played none of the events or whatever. All I know is something Scaramouche is a cat now. That's about the only thing I know. She has a funny moment where she breaks the fourth wall. Isn't that... I saw that, like, she did that a fair bit. Like, she's the reason why title cards exist now for, like, for the other Hex and Zircle, whatever the fuck it's called, members. Like, lore-wise, Alice is such a wild character. And I think that's really fucking funny. Yeah, Alice got mad or Nicole got mad at it. So yeah, I'm most likely gonna start playing Genshin. But like, I haven't played. What was going on was like I was managing 3 different Genshin accounts, mine and 2 friends because they just aren't able to play themselves. So I was managing 3 different Genshin accounts. I was managing a Star Rail account, Okay, I was managing 3 Genshin accounts, a Star Rail account, a Zenless Zone Zero account, and a Nikkei account, and I have played none of them in the past week. I was playing Nikkei a little bit, but I haven't touched it much. I've been pretty lax with Nikkei. I was really into Nikkei till the till the anniversary was done, and then I was like, I'm gonna take a break, and then I started taking the break without even thinking about it. So yeah, that's been that whole real shit. Oh, fuck off with the lights. Oh yeah, so when you, oh, I gotta send this to a place. When you dismantle ships, you really do dismantle them, like, all the way apart, and, oh, crap, I didn't think about that. Let's try not to blow up the ship, okay? Like I said, there's various kinds of hazards to consider. And this just happens to be one of them. Okay, I don't know if I can do this without blowing up the ship, but I'm gonna try. Tethers let you pull things that are way too big for you. Thankfully, this is going well. You can also use multiple to speed it up. Yeah, the grind. The thing is, I wasn't even doing that. I was also playing 2 separate games I don't want to talk about on stream. For somebody else on various accounts on various devices. I was so burnt out. It was not funny. I like games you can tell the devs put their heart into it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know this. This is absolutely one of those. You can tell there's been a lot of care put into this game. You can blow it up with a nuclear reactor. Anything that is explosive will go kaboom. There are ships that are fuel hauling ships that are covered in canisters like that. You can chain reaction them. I know because I did. The game saves when you end the day. So if you have a day where you want to fuck around and blow shit up, you can just do that and then go back to it like nothing ever happened. You also do have leeway. The game doesn't need you to be, Yep. As you can kind of tell in, like, the crosshair there, it says barge. It does label what goes where for you, so you don't have to think about it. You can also just burn them if you want. It also says their cost, so you can do what's that, cost-benefit analysis, if you want, in case you just want to, like, I don't care about the lights, and then just burn them off. I do that. There'll be times where I just don't care, and I'll just let them get processed like anything else. Chuma made me take a 3-month break at Train Meet? Yeah. So I knew first time Fiorina came around in Genshin, I knew that she was coming around, and my save was all the way back in Inazuma, and I learned that she was coming around soon, so what I ended up doing was I did everything in Genshin up to the in the main story. And man, was I tired. Oh, my O2 is low. I don't think there's any fuel canisters on or there's any O2 canisters on the ship. Actually, no, there might be. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna suffocate if I'm not careful. Thankfully, I'm a fair bit faster. No, I didn't do it all in one sitting. I did it over the course of like 4 days. It was, I think, Act 3 of Inazuma. And then I sped ran Sumeru. There we go. Sorry, what was I saying? Right, I did it all across like 4 days to get to Fontaine, and then Fontaine took like 2 days. I did not sleep much. I burned myself out really hard on the game, but I really wanted Furina because she's absolutely adorable and still my favorite character in the game. And though I will say that Citlali is a close second. Citlali is absolutely adorable. I liked how some story quests are required to play the main story. They don't do that anymore. Yeah, no, they're just integrating them into the main story now. They've done that for Lalma and Flynn's, or whatever his name was. Or whatever the dude of the lantern was called. I don't remember at this point. But I do know they went and did that, so I think they got tired of hoping people would go through it, and then they're just forcing it, and then you just get the rewards for it anyways. I don't blame them for doing that. I think there's a lot of people who have not gone through like kind of required story content. There's a ton of 5 stars that I want to experience their stories properly, so I've saved them. But the downside is that I haven't experienced them, and they are referenced in the story, so. Oh, by the way, that doesn't say I have like 1 point something million cash, by the way. That's my debt. You start out the game in 2.2 something billion debt. Skirks, have you played Skirks? I am a turd. Nope. Because quite frankly, I was just burning myself out and I never felt up to it. Maybe I'll do it on after like Payday or something or whatever. But like I was not up to it last time I played it, or when I had the chance, so I just never did.
You got 5 minutes remaining in your shift, Cutter. 5 minutes. We were out.
Oh, this one came off too. Yes, you can tether chain things. Oh, that straight up turned the ship. That's not what I was hoping for. And yeah, as you pull ships off, are we still the same? Yeah, we're still on the same ship this entire time. Like I said, it's really thorough. It's not just pull off the walls. You have to get rid of structural point. You have to cut specific structural points in order to pull things apart in each thing. And there's specific types of materials that you have to go in certain places, and other items that are just resellable. They just throw it on the barge. And then later on, you can see the systems and stuff like that, because certain electrical systems, if you cut them, you can get shocked really bad. You can, again, obviously there'll be pipe systems, so you can blow yourself up if you cut the wrong thing. If you're in a ship and it's pressurized and you don't depressure and you don't go into it properly and depressurize it, it will blow up. Not like maybe kaboom, but it will kind of blast your ass out if you just cut into it from the outside. Oh, if I let this thing overheat, I get set on fire because it goes kaboom. Oh, and the tools have wear and tear as well. Nuclear reactors, if handled wrong, again, go kaboom. So that's also something to keep watch for. Okay. Let's tether that along there. Imagine having to disassemble the ship from Alien Isolation. Which one? The Anisadora or the station itself? See, you joke like that, but this is a small shipyard. This is not the medium nor large shipyards. You have not seen nothing yet. Oh, the station? Oh, that'd be wild. Dude, that would take so long. That is such a complicated ship by design, or thing by design, that would take forever. If you wanted to like legitimately do that, it'd be quite the show. Oh, the airlock and this, they're two separate pieces. I might have to stop because if I take off too much more, I might not have enough. You do have a minimum you have to kind of follow. I'll just send this down and call it a day. I need to make sure I have enough. I can do the rest of this relatively fast, I think. Maybe. I mean, you know, I've got time. I can do the cutting. It would take months. Oh yeah, no, it would. It would. Remember, you only have 15-minute shifts, so it would legitimately take quite a while. Oh, you can also get little things like this on. If you find them on the ships, you can just use them. Like refilling your oxygen, your thrusters, it all costs money. Thruster fuel does not reset, by the way, between playthroughs, so, or between days, so you do have to deal with that at some point as well. Thankfully, you can go through probably 2 or 3 shifts on one tank, so you'd be like, fine.
Don't be a hero, alright?
Not being a hero. There we go. Is that separate? Are we good? That's all the structural. No, there's not. So the lore of this game is kind of like you have gone to work for the Lynx Corporation, a black company, if you know the terminology, that has absolutely screwed you into the oh, hold on. Are these repair kits? Ooh. I'm sorry. Has screwed you into so much debt it'll make your head spin. See how that says that we have $1,234,398,115.92 left on our debt. Yes. Yep. Hey. As we advance in our certification, which is sort of like the XP, we gain more, and we gain the access to use tokens on more and more tools and upgrade our shit. So yeah, that's that. I'm really glad I got the YouTube the whole YouTube, TikTok, whatever chat's working. Danglo's mega corporations. Oh yeah, it's in it's from an Earth that's like exhausted resources and stuff like that. That's the whole point of this, is to reclaim resources. This is Lou.
This can be an awkward subject, but you've probably noticed Lynx doesn't take great care of us. Up until maybe 100 years ago, workers like us would sometimes form these groups called unions and go toe-to-toe with the company. They'd argue for better wages, safer work, decent hours, that kind of thing. Lynx was actually part of getting rid of them, but some of us are trying to bring it back. I can tell you're a good person and a hard worker. The company will use you up. It's just built that way. So I thought you might be interested in the Union News Group. There are new messages every couple of days. Read them, don't read them, trash them, whatever. Just keep it on the down low. The others don't know about it. Weaver and Dee are a bit too by the book. Kaido is just too anxious. Poor kid. But I wanted you to have the info. I was glad someone gave it to me when I was new. Okay, spiel over. See you in the yard, Rook. Flew out.
So yeah, there also is like I said, there's characters in the story and stuff like that. There's Lou. She's from one of the yards. I can't remember what one it said, but yeah. There's Weaver, who's kind of like the one who keeps track of all like the sector of yards. I think we'll all still be alive when a major Earth crisis happens, like war or something. Like, are you talking about like a war in the galaxy or like war here on Earth? Because there are wars here on Earth. Like, that's nothing new. $2,000 and we're still fucking barbarians. Like extinction? Oh, that? Don't know. The way the Earth's going. The way that the Earth is going, it's just things aren't going well. Well, I'm 29 now, after my birthday recently, and I'm doubting I'll make it to 50, but if I do, I'm not really gonna like what this Earth's gonna look like, because things are just going downhill. They're always gonna go downhill. And yeah, it's because the wrong people are. If anybody wants to make change in government, the wrong people are running for that. But happy belated birthday. Yeah, that was on the 30th. But if someone in charge was going to do something, they would, but the right people to do that just aren't. And as for whether or not it's because the wrong people want them to, like, don't want that to happen, it's up for debate. But fact is that there's too much wrong right now for anything to ever go right. I've got war in the Middle East. You got war in fucking Eastern Europe. Probably other places I'm not aware of or care to know. And you've got fucking a clown that thinks he's the most powerful person in the world and has earned it, and then even Canadian Prime Minister isn't exactly fantastic or particularly good either. And that's just like that's the first world. I can't imagine what it's like for even worse countries. So I don't have a lot of confidence. Senator Griblin says, Salvage Workers Unite newsletter. We're here, blah, blah, blah. Activities, cancel the debt, workplace safety, investigate, blah, blah. Yeah. Anyway, so, like, I don't have confidence in that. It's as simple as that. Not to get into politics and shit. Next Wednesday, I'm impressed how quick you pick things up. Natural cutter, you probably noticed. Oh, that's just what we talked about earlier. Equipment, modular laser cutter. Purchase an electro wet cleaning lens for your laser. Build up a dust. Okay, increases the range again. What? Oh wait, is this for the other mode? Oh, this is for the other. I'm pretty sure this is for the other mode. This is like the stinger mode. This is like, yeah. Grapple. Grapple's my buddy. Ooh, increase of grapple strength. Has anybody been on TikTok? Some people have gone on there, but nobody's been talking. Viewership on there isn't exactly the greatest right now. Thrusters. I don't have the money to increase. Oh, durability drain. Okay. It's just how it is. I wish we could visit other galaxies. Do you know how cool that'd be? Well, let me put it to you this way. A possibility of such a thing happening is unlikely, ever. So the only okay, here's what I'll say. In order for us to leave our solar system, we have to deal with all the radiation and crap that the sun saves us from. That's a humongous feat all by itself. Then we basically have to try a generational ship to get to another solar system. And then we have to figure out a way to speed that up. It would be maybe 1,000 generations before we ever got to even consider intergalactic. And even then, you're talking about basically perfect, like, no waste, no nothing on on a ship. Because the gap between galaxies is monumental. It's humongous. And it's really hard to, like, describe to people. Oh, my tethers don't reset. That's a shame. I thought they did. Fuck. Whatever. I feel like by the time we ever think about other galaxies, immortality wouldn't be... Oh, yeah, no, we're most likely to figure out longevity by, like, unlimited longevity by the time that we figure that out. The thing about that is we're most likely going to have some, well, what people consider to be pretty barbaric things put into regulation if we ever do. The truth and point is we won't be allowed to have kids anymore. Ever. So, as a species, we will really go stagnant. That's a whole thing, though. 600 years from now, if humans don't kill each other. Oh, yeah, we're most likely to fucking ruin it for each other. No one in the human race can be happy for one another. We're always gonna find reasons to fight. It's just how we are as a species. Quite frankly, I'm of the personal viewpoint that unless we meet some legitimately almighty God to fix things, it will never get to the point to where we can ever be a spacefaring race. We're just too fucking selfish and chaotic. And I not mean like, oh, Christian capital G. I mean some force that is so monumental and terrifying to finally make people stop fighting. And I just don't think that's going to happen. Whether that's another spacefaring civilization or what. Bunny, character D. Did you see the laser China made? No, I did not. Please inform me. Oh, collected a bunny stuffed animal. Okay, I could just collect the bunny. Cool. Use a suit patch kit. Oh, there's achievements. Nice.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
So yeah, I don't know if you like see kind of what I mean by like we need some like I'm saying of something that is so terrifying that we would stop being barbarians. But that's never going to happen. And there's several theories to that. My favorite one is that if there are other spacefaring races out there, they are quiet for a really specific reason. Oh god, I didn't want that to do that. And I like that. For no particular reason other than it's fucking terrifying.
Credits transferred.
If only all the countries come together, if there's an Earth or anything. Oh, fuck no. You'll have countries fucking... The chances of of countries coming together in a united front is the thing of like stuff of fairy tales. It's more likely that because some crazy fucking calamity happened, that what was it? I think this is done as is. I think I could just pull it. I don't know. This is probably a bad idea. Whatever. Oh no. Anyways, is like they'd be rushing to like save themselves, like colonize other places, not save the human race as a whole, just save their own people. Oh! I lost a door console? Oh shit. That's a little upsetting, but okay. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of like if you've ever watched if you ever watched Doctor Who and you know what Starship UK is, that's pretty much what I think humanity would do in a great like crisis. Or it'll be like 2012 where like sure the rich will do it and then everyone else is screwed. How much do you think immortality would cost if humans were able to achieve it? They definitely make it cost money. So, okay, so here's the thing with that. We would never sell permanent immortality to anybody without billions and billions of dollars. What we would do is we would sell life extension plans. And our lives would become basically a subscription service. But there would be no permanent immortality except for maybe the people who discovered it. So we can be slave-based. Yep. If you're good at something, never do it for free. And if you can, well, why create a cure when you can sell 1,000 palliatives or whatever? To quote the dude from Doctor Who season 1 episode 5, Dalek.
Your equipment durability is dropping. Keep an eye on it. You don't want to be dangling in the wind with busted tools. When you see it happening, head on back to the hab, use a repair kit to fix them up.
Anyways, you get the idea. Where we'd be basically just screwed. That's the gist of it. Billionaires pissed me off. Yeah. But I mean, if I ever had the opportunity to get that kind of money, I would. Because I live on such little money that it's not even funny. Hell, on my throne, I have a thing that's like, "Hi, please feed me," and it's a DoorDash card thing. They didn't become billionaires from being nice. Oh no. No. If I ever take off as a VTuber, I know what I'm doing with my money. I have a relatively solid plan. The thing is like if I ever became a VTuber who was earning money, Oh, so the general plan is to, well, invest it in a bunch of things. So, okay, let's say I earn, my goal right now is to become a VTuber who can earn enough to sustain himself from a financial standpoint, which is about $1,500, which save 30% for taxes and GST eventually here in Canada. I can live off $1,200 a month, or a little more than that, or a little less than that. It'd be tight, but I could do it. And then after that, anything I get goes in upgrading my equipment, and once my equipment's upgraded, I and I have everything I think I need, which is maybe 10 grand worth of stuff, I'm going to basically start investing in things. Spread it out. You know, like idle money doesn't do shit. And you can do smart investments or risky investments. I'd probably put a large majority of it into smart investments that are likely to have a return, even if it's somewhat small, and then have do some risky stuff, and that way I'm not totally just being chill about it. But it wouldn't just be investments in like stock, it'd be investments in people too. You know, if I can hire an editor and teach them and uplift them, even somebody who's not really an editor, and you know, get them to do that. Not only do I have somebody that I've taught, but I have somebody that I can work with and that I can rely on and probably trust. What I need to do is, yeah, there we go. Okay. Anyways, you get the idea. Basically, I would take once I start making more than that, like my minimum, I start basically taking like a percentage of my income and it becomes investments and shit. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That is absolutely true, especially as a content creator. Because as a content creator, like your time is limited. Yeah. How popular you'll be, how far you'll go, whether or not somebody's gonna not like something you said or whatever, you will eventually, something is gonna happen. You know, nobody is universally loved forever. Now, sometimes you're big enough that you can weather that kind of stuff, like Mr. Beast or Markiplier or whatever. But like, for example, people like Markiplier, or Markiplier, for example, still get shit for having been friends with, I think, fucking PewDiePie or whatever. Even years and years and years after. Oh shit, you're not going that way. Years and years and years after the scandal. There's a lot of people that just don't let things go. Because there's this mob mentality that, fuck. I grew out of him? Yeah, pretty much the same. I'm excited for his movie, but like I don't actively watch his shit anymore. I'm trying to just fucking cut this. There we go. Jesus. Oh yeah, he's produced the Iron Lung movie. It like goes into theaters in January, I think, or something. Oh, why the fuck are you out there? Thought I dealt with you. But yeah, he decided to both fund, direct, and star in a movie. And it's the one based on Iron Lung. He's even released... oh yeah, no, he's been working on it for years. Like, it's a lot of the reason why there's solid chunks where he's uploaded almost nothing for like months. Because he was working on that project. You think he was distant when he did Space with or Space with Markiplier or whatever the fuck that shit was called, and then the burglary one, like that stuff? No, because he was working on Iron Lung, he was distant and uploaded very, very, very little. Like he went from daily uploads to like fucking, I think weekly to sometimes just not at all for a couple weeks. It was, yeah. He has the final trailer before it goes into theaters, and it's apparently set up to go into about 500 theaters. So, yeah, it'll be a thing to watch, and if I have the opportunity, I'll do a watch party on the server. I haven't watched the trailer yet, but I don't imagine he'll fuck it up. I mean, he also has his other show that is on Amazon Prime that he did a long time ago. He actually he filmed it in a place that I know. He filmed some of it here in BC, and I know where he filmed it. I know. Actually, he did fast food reviews and shit when he was here because that's all he could do.
All the team at Lynx would like to wish you a happy and productive day.
But yeah, no, he did that. Anyways, that's on Amazon, and that was done so poorly. That wasn't even like his fault. Is the thing, and I have zero idea why they thought to just do that so poorly. Don't I don't really care about China. Yeah, he did Canadian food near me, also in London, Ontario, although he was here for not even a day, as you remember. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know he was here in BC for 2 weeks-ish. He was here for a fair bit. So yeah. Utility grapple. I don't really care. Is there anything else I can do? Unlock charge push. I'm not sure I really need that right now. Helmet. It increased my O2 capacity, but I can't do it again. Work suit. Shock is orbiting suit integrity. Is there a YouTuber I can't stand? Like a current YouTuber? A lot of them. A lot of how do I say this? A lot of YouTubers that I feel personally exclaim a ton and do like act wild because they're trying to appeal to like kids and stuff like that. And I hate those people. People that basically do not chill. But if you're talking about like specifics, no, I don't watch many YouTubers. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't watch content creators a whole bunch. There's like, I think I've mentioned before, there's 3 VTubers that I watch, and that's like the Cottontail VA, Totless, and Project Melody. I'll watch, and I'll watch their stuff sometimes, a little bits, but like I can't. I don't really care too much about anybody else. I don't particularly like hate a lot of streamers and YouTubers. I just don't care for them. So I don't really have like a whole lot. I don't watch streams either, which sounds somewhat ironic given that I'm a VTuber myself, but I do plan on like somewhat changing that in terms of like trying to make friends and things, but and I really do hope I can make some VTuber friends, because quite frankly I have like one. I'm pretty sure this is the start of where I get a mediumship. if you dismantle like all your ships to as close to 100% as you can, you start to
Alright.
you basically level up every time you finish one. So
So, I'm gonna let her take the lead on this one.
You give me a hard time, but you know I'm good. Okay, Rook, time for the fun stuff. And by fun, I mean incredibly dangerous.
You're in good hands. Take it away, Lou.
Okay, first rule. Always scan ahead. Ships can have pockets of pressure anywhere in
hey,
the
thanks for liking whoever's watching over there.
Activate your scanner now.
Actually, I can't see that. I haven't had that up. I should. There. Thank you, Stella. I do appreciate that. Yeah, there's someone over there who's dropping hearts.
Your scanner shows the pressure state of every compartment. Red labels are unpressurized. Green are pressurized. Cut between a red room and a green room, and boom, violent decompression.
The correct term is explosive decompression.
Explosive, same deal. If we cut this ship now, it pops. Only safe way in is through an airlock. If you can't
Thank
find
you.
one, they show up on your scanner too.
Possibly. If you're a content creator, that's almost an undoubted, or that's almost absolutely a thing. Hold on. Okay, I need to.
Good. Now cycle the airlock.
I have a helmet light. Oh my god.
And you're in. From inside, safely depressurized with an atmosphere regulator. Should be one nearby. Give it a go.
Atmosphere regulator. Oh.
Hey! Alright, Rook! Either you're a fast learner or I'm an amazing teacher. Now, sometimes you're gonna have to depressurize a ship violently.
Explosively?
Explosively. Soon as you hear that warning, grab onto something. Seriously, you don't want to get sucked through a 1-inch hull fracture. Believe me, it's unpleasant.
Oh yeah, so
Different areas.
if it's not obvious in the lore of the game, there's the way we respawn is we quite literally die and we're rebuilt with a cloning machine. Our mental imprint is being constantly scanned by our helmet, and then at a moment of our death, it's stuck on a new body. So there's almost zero like gap between when we die and when we respawn.
So remember, always scan ahead. Now, hey Weaver, why don't you take the rest of the day off and I'll demo my patented reactor rodeo technique.
Nah, that's all right there, Lou. Thank you very much.
There's no reactor here though.
Oh, hot tip. You know all the supplies you can buy at the kiosk? You can actually scrounge a lot of that stuff for free from the ship.
Come on now, Lou. You know that's against the regs.
That's just because they want us to spend every penny at the company store.
It's also not safe. Nor sanitary.
Come on, what?
You know how long that stuff's been floating around and all that grime and dust?
They're vacuum sealed, Weaver.
Oh, probably well past their expiry date.
Okay, well, it's not like I'm saying to steal power cells and flip them on the black market.
Look, Lou, I need you to try and follow the rules now, you hear?
Yeah, whatever, boss. Catch you later, Rook. Lou out.
Cutter, I encourage you not to huff any old can of oxygen you find, but if you do, please just monitor your vitals after. Oh, and for God's sake, don't eat anything you find. Anyway, have a good shift. Holler if you need me. Weaver out.
Oh, that almost went the wrong way. There we go. Anyway, so that's the whole deal. You know, earlier convo about immortality and billionaires and
Accepted. Credit applied.
the movie Inter. Oh, I love that movie. People might think it's a shit movie, but I enjoyed it for a bit, and I think the concept is interesting. Yeah, but yeah, that's probably like a fair assessment. I also think the concept of fighting is pretty interesting. But there's a lot to be desired as to how some things work. Like, you can consciously steal from another person in terms of time, and that's kind of a wild thought. Yeah, so there's stuff like that. That's never really explained or explored. That it can be both a conscious and unconscious thing. I don't think they really just wanted to explain it well enough. But yeah, that's a whole deal. Oh. How do I cut you? Nacelle. Does this not come off properly? Do you wait, do you actually require cutting? No. Movies aren't as creative anymore. No, the thing about movies is that there's such a pressure. Actually, hold on. My issue with a lot of movies and stuff like that nowadays is they don't want to take risks and they don't want to take time. Oh, motherfucker, who's messaging me now? Sorry. They don't want to take off time. The thing is, like, with something like fuck, what was it called? Not Demon Slayer, Solo Leveling. They're like, oh, it's gonna take us probably like 2 or 3 years to come out with the next season. People not realizing that they most likely worked on the first 20, the first 2 seasons, one after another, and were almost done the second season by the time they released the first. That's why there was such a short gap between them, because it was meant to be almost all in an experience you do one after the other. Back when they did 24 episode seasons, but they probably couldn't swing that. Anyways, the thing is people are complaining that it takes so much time and it's going to take so much time for it to come out, and they must not like money. It's going to this and that, and I'm just like, do you not understand? It takes time. You can throw all the money you want at it, but like, there's a certain point where it's just going to take time. Anyways, I'm going to be sick. I'm not feeling good, so I gotta go. I hope y'all have a good day and good night and sweet dreams and all that. I have to go because I'm going to explode. Anyways, good night, everybody.